Hello, welcome to Travel First Aid with Essential Oils. I'm Cynthia Miller, and we're going to have two other hosts with us today, Daylan Schaefer and Shauna Bradford. And this is our continuing education. So, I started to use essential oils with doTERRA about 2.5 years ago, and I just love them. They've changed my life. I wish that I had them when I was younger. Lots of challenges come up through our lives, whether it's a physical challenge or emotional challenge, and the essential oils have helped me so much. Right now, I am loving turmeric for my circulation. I've started dry brushing again with cypress for my circulation and inflammation as well. I take the supplements. I'm using the combination ginseng and ashwagandha in the Mito 2 Max for energy, and I just love them. So I will let Daylan introduce herself, and then Shauna, and then we're going to get started.
Thanks, Cynthia. So yes, I've been using the oils, doTERRA oils, just since last fall, since about October, and I use them daily. I wouldn't be without them. I use them for a variety of things. I use the supplements daily, and I use them for pain. I use them to help me sleep. I use them for oral health, and lots of uses. And what's really exciting is that as time goes on, I find other uses and can share information with other people and learn things. It's great.
Okay, I'm Shauna Bradford, and I've been using essential oils for about 12 years, but I just found doTERRA just over 2 years ago. And like Daylan and Cynthia, I use them every day. I use them for a variety of things. I've almost completely overhauled my entire house. I use them for cleaning and pain and mood management and all sorts of things. I haven't taken a prescription drug or an over-the-counter in over a year. So I'm just using the oils to manage those types of things. I take the supplements. I just started in January, and actually last week I just started the Cleanse and Restore protocol. So I just went to a full dose of LLV, and I've noticed a huge difference already. I was only taking a half dose before.
Nice.
So that goes for 30 days. So I'm hoping to get some good results from that. I'll keep everyone posted.
Excellent. Thank you, ladies. I just wanted to take a moment and sort of explain why we decided to go with Travel First Aid. We talked about it a little bit, and we just decided that this was the time of year where a lot of people are on the road having their vacations. And it might be a flight that you're taking, you might be going camping, you might be on the road with the family, but basically your habits are going to be disrupted. You might not be getting the same amount of sleep that you normally do. You might be, sleeping in a different bed. Maybe you're sleeping on your flight. So, there's going to be things that are happening because you have a lack of sleep, or maybe jet lag. And sometimes emergencies happen on the road, because we are sort of out of our routines, whether you're with the family, maybe hiking or swimming or boating. There's all kinds of things that you just might get a wound or a scrape or scratch. And these oils are so great for traveling with you because they work instantaneously. They're easy to carry. There's just so many things that might come up this time of year. So we're hoping that you travel safely, but if you take some precautions and have these ready, they might just save you from having to go to the hospital or, getting an infection or something like that. So this is why we decided to do this time of year. So we hope that you'll get some good stuff from here. Now, there's a couple of slides here that I continue to put in from presentation to presentation because it's a reminder that these essential oils work at the cellular level. This diagram is like a microscopic view that represents the receptors, the cells, the neurons, and this is our whole body that is affected. In fact, it only takes 20 minutes for the essential oil to reach every cell in your body when you apply it, when you put it in your mouth. It's affecting the whole body. So it's really a way to bring balance into your body, working at all the different parts. And our mission really is to bring some effective natural solutions to help you heal physical and emotional challenges. And as I mentioned before, things might be out of whack this time of year because we're staying up longer, we're going places, and the families are doing different things. So we're hoping that these will help you to sort of keep that balance. So we bring this to you to create the awareness for healthy alternatives, to introduce you to new products and new ways to use old products. We want to get to know you, and we want you to get to know us. So we're here to help you find natural solutions to all your health challenges. So we've got a list of things we're going to share with you today. We're hoping to keep the presentation short. And if I don't think that anyone is joining us live, but if there's any questions that you'd like to bring back to the people that invited you, whoever invited you, please do so. So we're going to talk about lemongrass today. We're going to talk about clove. Another one is helichrysum, marjoram. We've got a couple of roller recipes for you that address pain. And we're going to talk about the loyalty rewards as well. So first up is lemongrass. So this one is a lovely scent. It has the properties to actually keep away the bugs. So you can use this by itself, or you can use it with our Terra Shield. The Terra Shield is the repellent blend that doTERRA puts out, and it actually helps to repel all kinds of insects, spiders, wasps, insects, mosquitoes, those pesky little mosquitoes and those little no-see-ums. So we were sitting out on the deck last night, and I got out the Terra Shield, and I really haven't used it that much because bugs don't really bother me. Gary, on the other hand, he's just like constantly going like this. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get this out. We sprayed ourselves with that. We put a little bit of lemongrass on a paper towel and waved it around. And that Terra Shield just makes your skin feel so nice because it's got the fractionated coconut oil in it. So it's moisturizing at the same time. It's got a really nice scent. And we were able to stay out till about 11:15, I think, without the bugs. Like, it was just sort of like this moment where we realized there was no bugs around, and it was so nice. So lemongrass just adds that punch to the Terra Shield. So this one is a really good one to include in pain relief remedies as well. So you can apply this right to any ligaments that are torn. Maybe you've been hiking, maybe you have a muscle ache. Sometimes we tend to overdo it when we're on vacation. And this one's a great one to take if you're whipping up a simple meal. Maybe you're camping and you just want to have an extra flavor. So instead of taking all your herbs and spices, you can just use this and add this to a vegetable dish or chicken dish. And it's a really nice flavor to add. And you don't really need that much. So easy to use. And the next one is clove. So this is the oil of boundaries. I find these sort of emotional aspects of these oils quite interesting, but I'm not going to get too much into that. Now, I have used this one for an earache as well as a toothache. So basically, you don't want to ever put oils into your ears. You put it right on that bone behind there. You just have to use one drop, and it's going to help to sort of numb that area, and it's going to do the same with the toothache. So you can apply it to the tooth or the gum, or you can put it on the outer jaw. So for child, you might want to dilute this a little bit if they're sort of complaining of aching tooth, or, maybe they've just, I don't know, eaten something, maybe they've bitten down hard on something. Just a little bit of this diluted on the outer jaw is going to help them sort of relieve that pain. Now, this is a good one. I didn't know this until we were talking. I think it was Shauna that suggested this, that if you have a wound and it's really hurting, you can actually apply it to the outer area of the wound, and it has the effect of numbing that area so that you can wrap it up or get to the hospital, or do whatever you have to do to stop that pain. But you don't want to put it right on the wound. You put it around it. So it's also really good to fight infection. Okay, so this is a great one for that, and it doesn't really taste that bad. I've put that on my tooth before. Next one is helichrysum. So this one's only available in the 5 ml. The other ones are usually the 15 ml. So this one is a little bit more expensive, but it is the oil for pain. And what we've done and talked about lots, that when you save up your points, you can actually get this on your free with points. So it just sort of makes the pot sweeter when you can get free things for points. So you don't have to pay that, I don't know, I think it's $70 or something, $80 for this one, but it's so good. This one actually stops the bleeding of any major wounds, and apparently you can put this right on the wound. So it's very good to support the skin. So if you bump yourself, if you get a bruise, or even before you get that bruise, as soon as you bump yourself, put this on and the bruising will be less. Okay, so this one's really good for that. And then again, you know, if something happens where someone is in shock and you've got this in your first aid kit, remember it, because as soon as you put it to the back of your neck, or if they're like got really bad pain, they're going to help them to sort of move through that shock without their body going through you know, too much trauma. Okay, so this one is specifically for pain, so remember that one. This is actually a beautiful yellow flower that grows in Europe that the oils are taken from. And the next one is marjoram. This was an interesting one because marjoram is a common herb that we use in our cooking, but it's the oil of connection, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one is good for tendonitis, sprains, or cramps. So if you're out, you go over on your ankle, or you've got cramps in your calves, or even, you know, maybe you've been, you know, canoeing or something like that, and your arms are heavy. Apply this right to it, and you're going to feel it right away. It's going to soothe it and calm it, and really get into that muscle ache. This is good for colic or constipation. I mean, these are two very different things, but you know, a lot of times babies have colic. A lot of times when you're traveling, you get constipated. Just rub this over your abdomen, or you can actually take this in a capsule. So you can get little empty capsules, put a few drops in there, and take it internally. And of course, again, with babies, you want to dilute it. And if you don't have a roller with you, you can just put a little bit of olive oil in your hand, put 1 drop of marjoram in there, mix it up, and then apply that to the baby's tummy. Because a lot of times, you know, we're out in the night air sometimes, and that might be a little bit of congestion for them. So it calms the anxiety and relieves the stress, because along with these things comes stress. Pain creates stress sometimes. It creates anxiety. It's like you sort of can't focus on anything else when there's pain around. So this is going to help to calm that feeling. Okay, so all of these are really good for pain, and I think that's sort of what we're talking about here when we're talking about first aid. It's things we do that cause pain. So this is interesting. It's the oil of a buoyant heart, peppermint, and of course this is good for migraine, headaches, which, you know, usually happen when you're driving long distance, or you know, your lack of sleep. It's really good for tension on the shoulders. You can apply it right to the temples and the back of the neck, and you'll notice that it really cools off your skin. Really nice to sort of wake you up as well. So if you've got jet lag, or you're getting you have a lack of sleep, you can be more alert with peppermint. You can just actually put it in a little bit in your palm as well, and just breathe it in. But I've got a little bottle that I spray if I've been out in the sun too much. It's really good to just wake me up. Love that peppermint. And yeah, fever, allergies, it opens up the airways. You can put this on the bottom of your feet. You can inhale it, and really good for stomach upset too, which just happens when we're traveling. Sometimes we eat things that just don't agree with us. Just rub it on your tummy. And that's good for kids too, because they usually like the smell of peppermint. So this is Delan's pain roller. I'll let you explain that, Delan.
Sure. So I use this pain roller as part of my protocol for osteoarthritis. I have arthritis in my left knee, and last month I shared that I was using 2 drops of copaiba and 2 drops of turmeric in a veggie cap in the mornings to help manage the pain and the inflammation. And so it's kind of evolved over the last month or so. I am now taking another veggie cap in the afternoon, but I put this roller together because I wanted to be able to apply this before I went to bed at night, to the bottom of my feet, and also to my knee. Because sometimes what happens is that during the evening, my left leg starts to throb. I've got varicose veins in the calf. And so when I put this roller together, I used the recipe that you can see here, 6 to 8 drops of each. I actually filled a 10 ml roller half full and used it that first night, and really felt powerful effects, slightly more powerful than what I was counting on. It made me quite drowsy, which was good learning for me. So the next morning I got up and I just filled it up to the top with coconut oil, and I've been using it with no discomfort at all since that time. I've also added lemongrass because I came across, the properties of lemongrass and thought marjoram is really good for the pain, and lemongrass is also recommended for arthritis. So I now use lemongrass as well. And just applying it topically to my leg really helps me get through the night. If I go to bed with a sore leg, that takes it away. I have no trouble sleeping through the night. So I usually put the pain roller on the bottom of that left foot, and I use the cedarwood roller for sleep on my right foot. Seems to cover all the bases.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Teglan. So I labeled this sensitive because I remember you telling me the story that you had tried it with half and then you decided to fill it up because it was just a little bit too strong. So I think this is really good that you sort of explained that it can have really overpowering effects depending on your constitution, right?
Yes.
But I did look up the properties of these oils as well as the ones on the next slide, and they're analgesic, and that in itself is something that acts on the pain is what the description is, or the definition. It acts on pain. So these properties are fantastic, and then of course the anti-inflammatory properties as well. So. Yeah, that's great. Thanks for sharing that, because pain is pain, but there's different kinds of pain. Like you said, throbbing pain. Sometimes it can be sharp. Sometimes it can be just sort of this dull pain. So what you're sort of paying attention to, you're going to find what works for you. So Shauna, we've got one here that you were talking about. So I've labeled this one strong because it's a little bit more drops, and it just sort of is the stronger combination. So I'll let you talk about that one.
Yeah, so I use this one for just occasional pains. If I've hurt myself or if I'm sore, I actually used it this morning. I find in between my shoulder blades, I've been waking up really stiff. My husband hurt his back, so I've been doing a lot more heavy lifting and yard work than I'm used to. So, but yeah, I find it is strong. I didn't like the intense feeling at first, but I've really gotten used to it. So it all depends on your sensitivity. I kind of use the rule of thumb. If I'm using a 10 ml, I'll do 10 drops of each. And if I'm doing a 5 ml, I do 5 drops of each. But everyone kind of needs to go with their own sensitivity. And you can always add more oils. So, if you want to start out milder and go from there. I've added copaiba before too. I'm not sure if it's in this one or not, but it just gives a little added benefit that copaiba has. And I also find too, if I'm wanting something more intense, I'll pair this with the deep blue rub, and you can also put some peppermint over top that helps drive it in. So again, it all depends on what sort of intensity you're looking for. Also heat as well. You could put a heating pad over top or go for a warm bath. But again, just be prepared. It can get very intense. So if you find you've put too much on or it's too strong for you, just put some coconut oil on the area to dilute it, and that should work. Water doesn't work because water and oils repel each other. So you're trying to wash it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find this to be really effective. Also, with this blend, you can take it internally if you without the deep blue. So all of these oils, I actually have them mixed in a little bottle, pre-made, and then I just fill a veggie cap up and I just take that. Usually, if I'm going to be out and about, and I don't, this is strong smelling, so you don't necessarily want to be, smelling like a greenhouse or whatever all the time. So this helps. Or also before bed, I'll take a veggie cap and then it's longer lasting.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that, you guys. And, one thing is that these rollers are just so easy to carry with you too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about Lyme for a little bit because this is the product of the month for July, and we are July 15 today. So if you, for customers of doTERRA, if you're already a customer and you put in a 125-point order by the 15th of every month, this is doTERRA's gift. It's free when you put your order in by the 15th with 125 points. So it's funny because this one's really good for traveling as well. So I'm not sure if they had that in mind. It's the oil for the zest of life, oil of zest for life. Sorry, I got those words mixed up. Which I just love. I love that, it just sort of is something that's just spurs everything up. I like to put this in soda water at the end of the day with a little bit of fresh mint. And it's just refreshing after a hot day. So if you're traveling, you don't have to take fresh limes or lemons with you. You can just take lime with you and just one drop in the bottom of your glass, fill it up, and you've got a really nice, flavorful, refreshing drink. This one's really good for chronic cough. So if you're, something comes up where something is affecting your throat, or you've just been sort of fighting off something, apply 2 to 4 drops to your chest, your mid-back, and your lung area. So you want to just make sure that you've got all bases covered in that area. It's going to help to relieve that. It really gets into the lungs. And you can gargle with it too. So just put 2 drops in with a little bit of water and gargle as you normally would. And this is going to get right to it. It really helps to release the congestion or whatever is, affecting you. And then of course, mental clarity. This is where the zest comes in. You just, 1 drop in your palm and inhale. And it's a wonderful pick me up the end of the day or midday when you're trying to drive that extra hour to get to the cabin or something. But you want to remember, don't put this on your skin and then go out in the sun because it's a photosensitive oil, all the citrus oils. You don't want to do that. You'll find that your skin will be affected by the sun really badly sometimes. So just be careful. So this is the product of the month. Just wanted to mention that. So the 15th today, you'd have to get your 125-point order in to get that free. So I put this little keychain in. It's actually something that you can carry on your keychain. You can clip it onto your purse. It's got 8 different vials, and it's really the best way to carry all these oils because these hold, gosh, probably 25 drops each, I think. And so that's going to last you for a while. You can get out your labels. You can label the bottles, the tops, and just carry your oils with you that way. And also, as I mentioned, the rollers really travel well. Easy to pull out and just roll on anywhere. And they can be made ahead of time so that you're ready for those emergencies, whether it's pain or respiratory or tummy aches, that sort of thing. So put your peppermint in a roller, put your pain roller together. And if you're looking for rollers, please contact us. We've got a supply on hand. If you're, leaving in a few days and you need some, we'll be able to get some to you. Yeah. And then this is the loyalty rewards program. I always put this in to help people understand what this is all about. It's the LRP. So when you put in an order on the LRP program, you get points back to use towards other oils. Once those points are in your account, then you can put in another account, another order, and use those points to get free oils. So it's based on time. So the first 1 to 3 months, you get 10% back. And then as you can see, it works up to over 13 months, you get 30% back. Now, you have to put in the 50-point order to advance the percentage, but you can just maintain it for a couple of months or advance it for a couple of months, whatever you like to do. So it's really the best way to get oils. And that's what I love about doTERRA is getting into understanding how to use your account. And if there's any confusion, please, again, reach out to us. We're going to help you understand the best way to do this. So yeah, this is a great way to get free products. You can cancel anytime. You're not obligated to order anything on a monthly basis. It's entirely up to you what you'd like to do. So I just put this offer in for from us to you. If you place a 50-point LRP order from now until the end of the month, so then you receive a 15-point essential oil from us. So that could be anywhere from cedarwood or lemon or just those nice little oils. Even the lemongrass, I think, is a 15-point oil. If you place a 100-point order, LRP, then you'll receive a 30-point essential oil. So we're not really keeping track if you're doing this. So please let us know if you're eligible for this, and then we can get that free oil to you. Okay, it's not going to come on your doTERRA oil order. It's going to come from us. Okay, the product of the month comes from doTERRA. These offers come from us. So we're hoping that you're going to take advantage of this, and let us know when you do. Okay. So here's our promise. We're committed to sharing doTERRA essential oils with you. We're creating these continuing education programs to help educate you, and we invite you to use us as a resource for your health needs. So really appreciate you joining us. If you're able to watch the recording, please let us know so that, if there's any feedback you'd like to give us, we'd love to hear from you. Okay, so thank you for joining us. I am just going to click the stop recording, and then we'll have